Hello everyone. Give me 2 seconds. I had to restart my computer today. Windows wanted to do updates, and when I installed some drivers, it crashed. So Steam is not currently running, but it will be in a moment, and then I'll boot up the game. Just you know, give me a hot second here. We're gonna be doing more Phoenix Wright tonight. We beat that one episode and are gonna do the next one. But before we do that, we are also going to update our sub goal. Because rather than get a new tie, we are going to, oh, how do I change this? Oh, I guess we end the goal. Oh. There's no update goal. Oh, I guess you can't update the goal during the stream. That's lame. Okay. Well, anyway, sorry about that. Hi. You might notice you're at a slightly different angle today, chat. That's because I needed to change things. Because I was tired of the thing falling over all the time. Let's see, can you see it from here? Yeah, see that weight back there? That's what the arm was attached to before, that's holding my phone up to be the thing. And it kept falling over, and today when it fell over right before setting up the stream, it knocked one of my hard drives off. So, decided to attach it to something more secure back there. So you're now a little bit higher, but besides that, nothing has changed. You're still there, I'm still here, you can still see BB in the background, and we're all good to go. So we're starting episode 5 today from the very beginning, and hopefully it's awesome. I guess that's ideal anyway. Let's see what Phoenix Wright has in store for us today. Turn it up a little bit. Two stabbies. Looks kind of like they've got bangs. It looks like it also takes place in the police department. And that looks a lot like Mia, but I doubt it's her. Weird, maybe we'll have to defend Gumshoe. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. What, you don't need money, Phoenix? What are you doing? Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally! Where have you been? Who's this lady? Is there a button to see like the stuff? She's got like science stuff on her. My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? Doesn't matter who I am. Only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I like her glasses. Sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you're Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Oh, I like her bow. It's cute. Examine. Oh, I want to examine her. Mia's plant Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Bean Day. Second branch. Egads, the bellboy was staring right at me. Poster of the steel samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up here on the day that she left. Didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. That's pretty good. Have I started reading these? They mock me. I tried reading one and it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. Then my foot hurt too. Mia's desk. I study even less now that I've stopped taking cases. I'll at least dust it off once in a while. Is Nick depressed? Like, is that what's going on? Because he sounds a little depressed. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young. Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known. At my age, no less. So she works at the police station. That explains the plushie that we saw. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So, it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right, I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigation should be done scientifically, don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fall for a lack of enthusiasm. This case is handled scientifically. I'm sure my sister's name would be cleared. Your sister? Been doing research, you know? Developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. Looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. My sister asked for Mia specifically. How did we lose 2 subs? I mean, gift subs, probably. In general, that's my assumption. I feel like unless someone actually subscribes with like their like free Amazon Prime or something like that, then like it just goes away at the end and everything. Also, I thought that I would be able to change the goal thing, but I can't currently. Like, here, I'll show you. Small display capture. So 3. Wait, it just went up. Okay. What just happened? Oh, thanks, Yen. Also, hello, Diggs. How's it going? Sorry, we're in the middle of a case, but one of the original goals for tonight was to change this sub goal from buy a new tie, because I was previously, all the times I've streamed Phoenix Wright, I've worn a nice shirt and a tie, but we need new ties because I'm out of different ones to wear. So that was the goal. But then today Nintendo dropped their milk thing. I know that sounds weird. Their weird milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag of milk and milk outside a bag of milk game. And the thought was to change the goal over to play that instead or something like that. But you can't change it, which is what I was trying to just show. You can't change it when you're live, which is kind of stupid. But I'll change it later. My original plan being that I was gonna like explain while I was changing it and then change it, not just like change it up front. But anyway, Twitch's weird ass rules aside, my sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever need a defense attorney. And, well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kinda hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? Oh man. I just realized that when I went back home close to Halloween, I almost brought a lab coat that I have up for like costuming purposes, but then ultimately decided not to. And if I had, I think that I have like sunglasses like hers somewhere that I had for a costume before, and we could have just like, we could have worn it for Emma's sake. They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, that looks like that's that. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, never seen a real one before. You're the first one that's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She analyzed it scientifically. But it doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'll give you $50 for it. Oh, I love her. I love this little, the taking a note thing. I want to convert it into an emote. That's adorable. Okay, I'm gonna note 1234. I'm gonna come back to the VOD and clip that out later. Sorry, but it's not for sale yet. Alright. Do you think they're twins? Wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard. Thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year, Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Is she like the head of the police? Holy shit, she's got shoulder pads. Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I don't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Okay, she's not a twin, but there is family resemblance. Also, she looks badass. Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? With medals and like military uniform? What is this? 2 sisters, 1 lawyer, no cups. Could this be a coincidence? Lana. I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Nah. Is the guard like stiff as a board because his boss is here? Or well, I guess the prosecutor's his boss, but... He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. Or, I don't know, she seems alright. There's something you should know from the start, which is... The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is... me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. No, that's just great. So who was the victim? An investigator at the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. You better not have stabbed Gumshoe! The detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? The death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They'll use any means at their disposal to do so. The case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So, you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. Oh, so you let people lie and make up evidence. That's your job, Lana. Okay. Awfully large nutshell. It's okay, it's a walnut, which are brain-shaped and therefore good for your brain. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say, there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! Well, hi, Nemus. Happy Friday. Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Run, probably. No? No, okay. Mr. Wright? Yeah, yes? I believe our discussion here has ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on. And I'm gonna find out what! That reminds me of a screenshot that I took from an episode of anime that I watched earlier today. I watched a lot of anime today, by the way. Like, a lot. I'm still not done with all my my backlog, but here, this is what I was reminded of. This. That's from the Alchemist anime. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister, she's not always like that, you know? I just never expected you to defend another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Oh, okay. Nope, nothing new. Alright, to the parking lot! Choo shacho. This is quite the busy parking lot, don't you think? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. So this is a lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my co-workers in 3 years from now on, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? This is the first time in 5 mysteries that I'm hearing this. Try not to stand out too much here, see? Hey there! Expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? Wait, is this not Gumshoe? It is not Gumshoe. What do we have here? Looks like a Bambina got loose from the ranch is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall? Of course his name is Marshall. What are you doing? Marshall. Looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, Bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? Actually, seriously, what? Cacti? Dreaming? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Was that, Ombre, a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Hey, a wallet. What's this? What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at the crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Oh, there's something inside. Called to duty already and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examine the evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are spiking to tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now, look at the court record. Oh, is there like a new minigame? You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. This is, so like, I have the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Is this the second game or something in the trilogy? Like starting at episode 5? Or is this like in the original? Let's start examining from every angle. Oh sweet, it's like Resident Evil. Okay. Oh, zoom in. Hold on. They could have probably made this slightly easier with controls. I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with the press of enter. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Goodman's ID. Alright. I wonder if the ID number will be important, like if they use that to like call anything or use the ATM. Okay, so we have to actually examine evidence now. That's kind of cool. Okay, we can examine the door. Faucet stuff. Here, phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. Can't hear anything. My ears. No, my ears. Let me just do the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? So you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Okay, so no one could call for help, right? Aha, a ladder. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. Didn't we have a pretty similar discussion with Mia at some point about ladders? Oil drum filled with water. Heavy and she can't budge it, but this one's on its side. Alright. And what's up with the door? This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. It won't open. A mysterious lock. Okay, I'll just see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. Talking about is plainly an exit. Or maybe it's both, kind of dual purpose. Aha! The theory of relativity. No? Gotta write this down. Oh, hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German or was he British? Mr. Relativity, are you sure that was his name? Okay, let's slide. Oh, there's a lot going on over here. Oh, this is where the body was found. Ooh, what's this? No time to waste. What is this? Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. Oh, this face he's making. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, little Philly's got a good nose on her. You wanna know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle? Please? No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? This guy think he is, and when for that matter. Note to self, look up Vittles Saloon Cerveza. You're a little young for cerveza there, buddy. Check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. Okay. But I didn't finish examining everything. Stay away from the car. Look around all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Sure. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? Oh, who are you? She's got a little octopus wiener necklace. So that she couldn't be. You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Lunches? What? Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. What? And you, sir? Yes. Oh, she has an onigiri hat. Who is this lady? Some crunchy goodness coming on at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passerbys. Or you officers. No, but you don't exactly look the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you must say. Oh, she's the witness. All the sordid secrets. Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up queen, tell us what happened. Yeah, cough up the details. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Angel Star, huh? Like a starfish. Or we fear you know it, I'll be whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I can't examine anything right now. Or rather, actually, can I? No, I can't slide. Really want to go look at the other stuff. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason? You were a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. There are no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They give an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday? I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the ones they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Wait, is Von Karma still kicking around? Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Or is that's not Edgeworth's car, is it? Let's say the thing against prosecutors. Yeah, which makes me think that she didn't actually see her sister do it. She's just blaming her because she hates prosecutors. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Mrs. Har? It's a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so. Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It's truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. The rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course. Quite a feat, becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? That is an adorable little lunchbox. She always travels light. Now why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? These are questions. Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. Ooh. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set. Trilobite? Trilobite? Never mind, you win. Don't even want to appreciate part of Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. You don't say. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. So that's how she has clearance then, right? Selling lunches is more important than romance. Sounds like she's using him to me. So to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? Sense some, hostility. Hostility? Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kinda like a 10-day-old clams in the chowder. Wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be sure because of food poisoning. Scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking, Cough-Up Queen. Thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Yeah. Yeah. So we can't see that booth that they're talking about. Oh, we didn't finish. Stylish glass. Oh, that's where her boyfriend hangs out. See the whole parking lot? The security services cafe. Cafe security. Yeah, that must be. Let's check it out later. Just the security guard's office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. Okay, so I wonder, I feel like when we press her on her witness testimony, like, we're gonna have to find out that she's up in there, right? In order to see everything. I kind of wonder if she's actually able to see things because there's a wall in the way. Got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade hiding the truth. No wall, but a water tank. Yeah, let's see how it makes any difference either way. Actually, she's probably right, considering there's a spigot on it. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I don't see anything else to examine. I wonder... Bruce Goodman. There's Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID Yabadab. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabadab? What does this ring to it? I point. Is there anything on the back? Not really. This is kind of weird though. Like the rotating and everything. This would be a massive pain in the ass to do just with the keyboard. But it's weird that you can't actually move the thing. I almost want to present it to her. Is this your boyfriend's? Lunchline vendors only accept cash, no cards, especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card, it's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to the lunch lady. Why? Alright, never mind. I thought maybe it might have been her boyfriend or something like that. Alright, well, let's head to the High Prosecutor's office. Whoa, he's a fan of steel. Wait. What? Why is Edgeworth's coat in here? Okay. This is the kind of room that just screams I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What's that? A shield? Takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Miles Edgeworth, there he is! Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Hello! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course, I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right, her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here, he... Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. It's totally his car. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. I didn't expect Edgeworth's office to be so busy. He kind of struck me more as the kind of person to have like a very like neat and orderly set of things. What the heck is this? Got a big K on it. Oh, it's the King of Prosecutors. He won the award. The King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K, that's... K stands for King? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors, kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. Is this witness evidence? This is apparently evidence, okay. Alright, any blood on it? Hey, check it out, there's a metal plate here. Looks like the name of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. One guy is listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. Guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. No, you don't want to. Trust me, you don't want to. Okay. Why do they give a shield to the prosecutor? Like, that seems a little strange, don't you think? Chest though, huh? Hey, a chessboard! Not too up on my chest, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn, huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn, his head's kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Work desk as tidy as one might expect. What a nice desk, easy to use and easy on the eyes. Polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange, why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I would take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. He'll sue you. Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. Must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. Sure, there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. That's fine. Amazing bouquet, just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? Heard that name somewhere before. Besides it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? Something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Wendy, is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiance? Wait. Wait, is Wendy Oldbag sent? Oh, that's right. She did have a bit of a thing for him, did she? Wow, that explains the steel samurai stuff at the very least. Whoa, what a view. Must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. Guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds. It's handy to know. Maybe, I don't know. There's a cute tea set. The drawer below is full of packets of tea leaves, all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend, what an exquisitely splendid concoction. Okay, so he's into tea. And we have another ladder. Oh no, apparently we're talking about taste files. Thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. Must have someone get them for him. Do you think that he just calls Gumshoe in? You want to say he's on 20 bullets on ladder. Okay, I think... Oh no, I guess we can investigate the couch. Comfy sofa. And then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeve, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. Look, she's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. But in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases in his cheeks from the seams. He's so cool. Sofa hair is cool? Yes, when it's Edgeworth, it definitely is. Okay, I think we've examined everything. Let's chat with our good friend. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it, Wright. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all the trouble helped me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait. No, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again. Oh, that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember. You've, really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me, too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, being forced to prove my superior's guilt. Of course, he's the... Yeah, can understand. Wait, what did you say? Well, this guy's the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor of the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? No? I'm gonna go with no. How's Edgeworth? I remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life. Possible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield. Gotta be a story behind that one. I wonder if I re-examine it, if he'll talk more about it. Chief Prosecutor Skye? Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. My first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago. Wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. This is sounding more like she was being chased and it was self-defense. Like she ran to his car because she knew that he keeps a toolbox in there. No prints. Interesting. Edgeworth. What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can you take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Must be the victim's blood. Here there, Edgeworth comes up peeling an apple. It's probably, what is her sister's name again? She's Emma... Lana? Lana. It's probably Lana's blood, I bet. What is Edgeworth doing with a knife like that? Maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? My fruit peeling theory is more likely. Kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Probably not. Can I examine the blood itself? No. Doesn't look like it. It's weird that, like, you get a... Like, you have rotating controls, but you don't get controls to, like, move the thing around at all. Because that would make it a lot easier, I think. You probably... This was a DS game originally, right? Okay, let's present this to him to ask about it. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to receive the broken shield. Oh, it's a broken shield. I see, that makes sense now. Police department. Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Or Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering, something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? Got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. Doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Yes. Okay. That's fair. He doesn't like you much, does he? Nah, with Edgeworth it's never personal. Just all about winning. I assume he's gonna say the same thing for this? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? Alright, fine. The day of the crime. Could you tell me more about yesterday? The day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. Call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. It was an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. Got back here at 5:12. Good to know, because the murder happened at 5:15. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precisions, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Ah, parking stub. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? Appreciate if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Whoa! Is this a traffic cop? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premise? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? Oh, I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. None of this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid is not very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir. I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was Absalom the day they gave out brains and good luck. I like these new characters that we're getting. They're fun. Right? Yes, sir. He caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. Ask more there. Thanks. Seems I'll finally calm down at least. Cool. Just a last quick sweep to see if I missed anything at all. And I think the answer is no. Cool. Let's, maybe we can go talk to Meekins. Oh, she's still here. Go away. I want to slide and look over at the car. Oh, police department entrance. New locations, too. Oh, it's got a band-aid on its thing. Phew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. Police department, huh? Only ever been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Oh, it's got a handprint on it. Oh, it moves. I don't like that. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is the blue badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you should know a lot about the police. So he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. It's our chance to get information. Hey, how have you know I'm a very busy man, pal? I gotta examine this, I'm sorry. Wondering about that. What? The dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances and dances and dances until the batteries die. Poor blue badger. Fade to dance until he drops. That seems like it's gonna, like, be relevant later on. And it's in the court record now, too. I'm curious about that handprint on it. Oh, okay. So we can't really examine it. But, like, the paint's messed up. Its jester hat or whatever is broken. And it's got a clear handprint just slapped on it. And it has wheels and takes a half hour to get to places. Or, well, it takes a half hour to get from the police department elsewhere. I wonder if its batteries wore down. I don't know. I'm assuming everything is gonna have to do with the case. So, Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? So when I was on a school trip, I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We'd just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or do they not have those at your zoo? Let's get excited. Feels like I jumped into a movie. You know, with all police and criminals. I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny. Thought they were just talking about the weather. Patrolman saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that. Your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Is he just sucking up, though? Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. It's just a TBS show. What's that one? Blue Bloods? My mom likes to watch that one. My mom likes to watch like a lot of the crime dramas and those kind of things. It tends to be what's on the TV when I go home and visit. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, always thought it was kind of funny. Never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. That's a point. Kind of insulting to that. Banner here is announcing the crime fighting campaign. Wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. Don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want to sit at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Alright, let's talk to Gumshoe. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yeah, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Wow, the chief prosecutor's little sister. Just please investigate the case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's just, it's a sensitive issue with us these days. You don't say. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe? What did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led to criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. Patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Sounds like they're faking evidence to me. Alright. Nothing else. I want to present Badger Man to him. As a detective, I had to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than go blabbing on about things I don't know about. No, I wouldn't want you to do that either. Good. He's probably going to say that to most things, right? Oh, no, he has something to say about this one, actually. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? To find out a little bit more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Okay, so that might imply we should go back there, maybe? Talk to Edgeworth again? Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. Got an award for diligence myself. Huh. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Alright. I haven't examined this yet, right? Oh, you can move it. The day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. When it was held up at the couple extra red lights. Would have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps it just goes to show you never know what happened when you run a yellow light. I guess. Okay, there's nothing on the back. Parking stub. How did I move that before though? Because I would like to be able to do it again. Does he know Goodman? Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it to the police. People like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. My mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa! Now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's a victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? He probably has a new talk option. Yep. Oh, sweet. Actually, we have 2. I guess we don't have to go back to Edgeworth. So this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago. Sounds a little suspicious. Evidence transfer. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. Hard to say this, but, or it is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. But she couldn't because the phone was broken. I think we're starting to piece this together already. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Wait, how does the Edgeworth case relate to deal to that? Oh, I'll start with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but they're always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department's higher-ups. Only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was on the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this all for us. And that's all I know about that. Not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who he is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? Nah, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer from West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and I'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction from Gumshoe allows Barrett. What is crossed out here? As far as this is anyway. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Cool. Well, that is helpful. Thank you, Gumshoe. What is crossed out, though, exactly? Hey, look here. It looks like something's crossed out. There's a letter, something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus $20. I think a couple of zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. 20 bucks? I don't know. Gumshoe works really hard. Like, we constantly mess up his crime scenes and, like, prove him wrong in court and everything like that, but, like, he works hard. He should get a good bonus. Alright, let's go check out the crime scene. Alright, looks like the investigation is still going on. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry. Looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here. Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? Got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Oh. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy? Isn't doggy spelled with 2 G's? If you're gonna do... Anyway, looking like a doggy that's lost his herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Yep. Oh, I can re-examine things again. Want to take a closer look at it? Deal with me first, partner. Duel at sunset. The winner leaves loser and the dust and takes all. The blood law of the gunman. Note to self. Jurisdiction squabbles are settled by dueling. I think 1 body per murder case is enough, thanks. Well, let's, actually, he probably just won't say anything yet, right? There's something I wanted to ask you. See the crime? Cold grave of men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Oh, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Yeah, so he's not going to do anything unless we show him the stuff, right? Yep, alright, I'll do it. Give me a sec. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I'll warn you. Fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. You holding a birthday party soon or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think you just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me... Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. What is a hootenanny? Note so, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I won't be needing this anymore. Crumpled and discarded. Don't be rude about it. Alright. I want to check out this car. Here's the car the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. Okay. Forcefully opened. Body was found in the trunk. Yeah. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Is that true? Prosecutor salary. Apparently... Ooh, average prosecutor salary by state. The highest paid is Washington, apparently, with $92,000 per year for salary. What's the lowest? The lowest is Louisiana, where $61,000. Where are we? Like, are we supposed to be in New York or something like that? Because if so, that is the third highest, which is 88. Okay, so like a pretty decent salary. But that also makes me wonder, defense attorney salary. Apparently I have to actually add by state. The prosecuting one just came up. Let's see. It's the same. Although it changes with the states actually. The highest salary for a defense attorney is in New York at 96. So actually higher than the prosecutor. And then the lowest is North Carolina with 60,000, which is less than the other one. And Louisiana is the second, which jumps up by 4K. Huh, interesting. Alright then. Anyway, fun facts about salaries aside. What's this note? Look, somebody's written on it. This looks like one of those things. It's got Goodman's name on it. 675-12-2. What does that mean? Let's see. 6 to 7S 12-2. Name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self: for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Sure, Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Alright, the victim memo. That's handy. 6-7S-12-2. What was the date that everything happened? 2/21? Okay, so that has nothing to do with the date, at the very least. B block is through there. That's our visitors park. You can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the car, on the door. You can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak. Oh, that's kind of... Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Yeah, it's just a little bit weird. Just cannibalism. It's fine. And we're in A block. Oh. A is for prosecutors, defense attorneys, and B. Dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. Not planning to be on my job that soon. Alright, what's the evidence we got going on here? This rope, is it? Yep. They lit in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. And what's this? Oh, it's a cell phone. Okay, so that's how they could have made the call, even though the other one was busted. Unless this is Goodman's phone. Scientific evidence would suggest this belonged to the victim. Should we check it out? Yes? Why would we not? Oh, that's doing it automatically. Interesting. It's got a little strap on it. Phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright. Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? Surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know what people from your generation. You fucking boomer. No, kidding. I'm also curious about this strap, though. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know? Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. It's hard to come by, you know? See, the series is popular as ever with the kids. It's interesting because, like, I don't know anyone besides, like, people who go to anime conventions who have, like, phone straps. And typically I feel like people's... Oh. I feel like people's, like, as far as like their personality for their phone comes from their phone case. I was just looking around to find my phone case, forgetting that I'm using my phone as a camera. Although I do have a case from my previous phone that is the exact same. But I have a Shootin' Doji as my case. Now, to see who the owner on this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Hopefully they don't check this thing for prints. I like that. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Beep. Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody, right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh, I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh. Inside the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone out of the court record. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. So, assuming, you know, we are lying, and it just called us. Though why would... She wouldn't have our number. She'd call the office phone, right? Suspicious. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to check out here, so let's talk to our good friend, Officer Marshall. Could you tell us more about the victim? Not before getting drunk. Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Can you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. He means the witness, Miss Angel Star. One stab to the chest. Fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Oh, there we go. Due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Okay. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. There's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why I didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but, Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out. They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of the crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. Keeping an eye on in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. You don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe? Kicked out of the investigation. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. Afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina. How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... There's something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies. Oh, sorry. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, till he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. You follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source. You find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he's closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? Guess we got some clues. Got an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? The Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. The plot thickens. Detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. Got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Is it ending it for me? Oh. I didn't get to check out the autopsy report, though. Or, like, present it to anyone. Hopefully we have everything we need. Hopefully. Case is pretty good so far. We're getting new characters introduced. Their names aren't as amusing. I mean, like, Officer Marshall's pretty good, I suppose. But Emma Sky and Lana Sky, I don't really know if there's a pun there. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Where's my autopsy report? Alright. Bruce Goodman, 36, between 4 and 5. Loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. Single stab wound. How did I move it before? Like, clicking on it to drag doesn't work. There's kind of a problem concerning that I need to. Wait, is it the middle button maybe? Nope. Weird. Does it do anything if I, like, redial right now? No need to push it again. Okay. The whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. Ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae to help me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. The training wheels are off. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. I suppose we have Madame Labcoat with us, though. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. Been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime, a professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Look at her onigiri hat. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar. Never eaten caviar before. I don't understand why anyone would want to. Like, why? Why would you want to eat that? Just is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts! I thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. The heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Ah, I know who you are. Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. I feel like she's got plenty of motive, just saying. Very well, you may continue with this description, Miss Star. Who is this lady? I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Why would she try to drive it? Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Alright, here we go. Alright, let's save. Bum, 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 bum. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, that's bullshit. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. I call bullshit. She says that she's, like, she's going to her boyfriend and delivering a lunch to him, which means that she would have to leave the parking lot to go around and get back in through the other side, right? Because there's a divider. So, like, but then if she was coming from this direction, she wouldn't see the chief prosecutor. She'd see the back of them because they were stabbing. And there's also a wall in the way. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching! As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how's it good to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Here's a chatty thing. Yeah, saying somehow you knew this would happen doesn't really bode well for, like, not having motive. Just saying. How did you know? I respect the prosecutors' basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors? Felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. No, it's not. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That'll be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed something, perhaps as I finally honed detective's intuition at work. I feel like we need her to clarify on exactly where she was. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? Felt like, how would you say, oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I'm with the judge, I have no idea what that means. Speaking of detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be a hard-yellowed shepherd's attack. Yeah, with the odor of old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. By garage car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes? Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. She's telling the truth, we're doomed. Witness, in your testimony you clearly say the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms, ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Rookie. Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. If I heard that tagline elsewhere, you could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The A block. Okay, and she is behind the wire fence. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. So that's more exciting than just hanging around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Uh-oh, that was unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't? There's literally no knife in her hand right here. What knife? Also, her hand was wounded. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. Sure was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg? I mean a person? Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So the defendant was holding a knife, what then? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goldman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Bullshit, you took a picture. Yes, the next moment the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. No, because she already had blood on her coat. I see. Only a flesh wound, Miss Wright. We can make it. That before anything else. Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. No, it's not. What do you know? Is my sister guilty? Right, let's go impress the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Somehow I always knew. Okay. So, what evidence shall we use to fuck with her? Probably not the... There's no prints. She's wearing gloves, though. She should have a parking stub, but that doesn't matter. Death due to blood loss. Victim memo. Made a phone call to her sister. She was right here when she took the picture, it looks like. Or something like this, maybe? See, there's... This is, like, this picture is after the death, though. Let's see. So where should we contradict her? Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to the car. Was holding a knife in her right hand. And then she thrust the pony tiff, and then... Which part is it that she was, But here? Not this. No. So I'm just trying to find the part of her testimony where she talks about, no further than 30 feet away. Holding a knife in her right hand. I feel like that's the thing, the... Oh, now you're saying that again. And then we go through this weird metaphor. The defendant was holding a knife. The part where she took a picture, though, like, there's blood on the jacket already. I don't know if that's... I'm gonna try to object with that. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. So I already said yes. I swear to my finest salmon swirl lunch. That sure is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? That's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, can see no problem here. No problem except you. You're just gonna sit there and take this kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Do I have a better idea? No prints. 512. There's no blood on this. We have her phone. Slide? No. I don't know. Do I actually have an objection? Like, no problem or objection. I mean, I must have a problem, right? Like, there's gotta be a problem with it. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. Not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph. Wow, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Don't think so. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Ugh. Impressive! Sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. They took her off for a reason, though, I'm sure. This is bad. Just got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Gotta think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. Well, she arrived kind of late. I mean, why would she schedule it for a day? No, that doesn't. Victim memo. 675 or 67S. Why would she call her sister? It's only a flesh wound, we can make it. Scientifically speaking, that's flawless. Alright, whatever. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Nope. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. Sounds more like you're premeditating it. We've seen this. So I think we just had to contradict the last part to move on. The B one. So she was fired. Her and her boyfriends. How strange. Through the wire fence, I saw the two prosecutors standing next to a garage car. And I mean, that is true. The picture pretty much shows it. We see it through here. She did say like 30 feet away, which I find hard to believe. But the rubber gloves prove it. Why? So wait. I don't. What if he wasn't killed in the parking lot? What if he wasn't killed in the parking lot? He was killed elsewhere and put into the back of Edgeworth's car and drove there. And then when Lana got out and saw the body, she put on gloves not to contaminate evidence. Because like, why would she? Like, why? That's weird. I wonder, is this my evidence? Like, why would she call her sister after? I don't know if that really proves anything. The autopsy range is pretty big though, like hour and a half of 4. Like, it sounds a lot like it was killed earlier than not. I think the phone might be it. The rubber gloves prove it. Actually, wait, no. Why would she use Edgeworth's knife? Found in his toolbox. I'm gonna go with the phone. Nope, that's not it. The murder was planned. Should I just press on this a bit more? Oh no, we already did that. She came to do murder. What if she just came to meet him there? Leave me alone. Please, let me just... Let me not have to sit through them talking like that. Through the wire fence. Goodman's ID was found nowhere close to that, though. Is that it, or why would she kill him due to loss of blood? Nope. The fact that the ID isn't over, like, isn't close to it doesn't matter, I guess. Would where she killed him matter? Why would she do it in front of the security room? Like, that seems kind of strange. Nope, apparently not that. Okay, so I need something that actually contradicts things. And apparently I am not smart. The murder was planned. Can I use this in any fashion? No. If it was planned, why would she kill him? See, I feel like this doesn't help our case because it's like, oh yeah, everyone would be out for that, right? Like, everyone would be there. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. 6 to 7 S 12-2. Wait. So if he wrote that and he was in the car trunk, did he write it while he was in there? Is that something I could use? No, the calling your sister doesn't count. Flailing here. Maybe I'm not supposed to object to this. Maybe I'm supposed to be objecting to something else. But this is the only thing that makes sense to object to. I feel like how close it was, like, time-wise, like, shows that it was an impromptu thing, but... Is it this? No. I'm gonna have to start just going down the line at this point. Because I really don't know. I don't know what I'm missing here. Way to deliver a lunchbox to your boyfriend. Is there anything contradictory about that? No. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to the car. The murder was planned. I have no idea. Goodman's ID. She never works with Goodman. So like, what does she even have to hold against him? Von Karma's thing. There's no prints. But I mean, the fact that she used Edgeworth's knife is just weird. You know? I already presented the parking stuff, right? Loss of blood. Die within an hour and a half of 4. Wait, does the... No, never mind. The sign for A is right here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. What could possibly like... And whose jacket is this? Like, that looks... Why would she be checking the back of the car? Why would she be parking in the prosecutor's office? Like, that's weird. Actually, wait a minute. I already presented this, right? But that's still weird. Like, why would she drive to the prosecutor's office? Entered lot at 5:12. And why would she use his car? None of that makes any sense. But I already presented this, right? The rubber gloves prove it. What else would she use rubber gloves for? What else would she use rubber gloves for? There's a handprint on this. But I don't know if that would... I don't think that thing has any relation yet to this. Goodman's office report. Loss of blood. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. Wait, didn't we say that his knife is only 4 inches? Must be the victim's blood. Either that or an Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. Oh wait, well her hand is cut, right? So maybe we can prove that the blood isn't his, but hers? Is that what we can do? Witness, do you know what this is? You trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car? Ben is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you say that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Ugh. Weird lunch lady noises. Order! Order! Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Fucking faces. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? Hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned! If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear her testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really, no. Lady, you are a lunch lady, not a cop. Get your job straight. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. Sure, the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again. I think we can contradict the thing. We know that they don't interact. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Yeah, fucking objection to this. She definitely did not. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, right? And it's you. Trying to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. No. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There's no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first, at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. Sure, he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor held a grudge against the victim. Over what? They don't work together ever. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. I have a lunchbox here. Now what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree that there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why lunch was so salty. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Wrong. One stab wound. Thank you very much. You say she stabbed him again and again? But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? Shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk! He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. No. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. This guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. No. That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. She's not wearing her scarf. However, the autopsy report is quite clear on the matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently Miss Star isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Right, this is our chance! She's short-tempered. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. Short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact! Would it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more waxing or a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Yeah, that's not true. She's not wearing it, right? See? Miss Star, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. Poor Phoenix. Was there a scarf? Not that, but something red, really? Oh now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Yeah, I don't think so. Most important part, the part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. No, you couldn't have. There's a fence between you and her. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. This lady is full of so much shit. Strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. It's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination of you all. The entire thing is bullshit. Like, all of it? Pretty sure we can contradict that. She didn't try to run. She called her sister. So where's this partition on the floor plan? Sure, she means this wall next to the car. There's a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what do you do then? I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. No, you didn't. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The lunchtime car was... There's a visitor, thus she was parked in B-Lock. So you witnessed the murder from here? That'd make it about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you? I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete, indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb up the fence, so she couldn't have gotten my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Wait, what? She mentioned the muffler. More bullshit. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? Remember exactly how I would have told you my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Well, it's not her phone. She can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory... It's like a salmon. Heading upstream, you see. No, the court does not see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall. That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness! Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney? The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. But she didn't say anything. Emma said she didn't say anything. I saw it all, how she tried on the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen closely, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. No, we found the phone here, though. We're gonna use the floor plan to contradict this bullshit. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel saw her resistance is futile. She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It's a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pot of foie gras. Is it pa or like pate? I don't speak French, so I don't know how to actually pronounce that. She even kicked over... No, she didn't. Also not true, because the oil drums are on the other side of the wall. There's an oil drum line on the side of the scene. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The parking lot entrance. That's right. Doesn't make any sense that she'd run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. Solve a few before finding more, though. So Miss Sky tried to run. Sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it, you have to believe me. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. Quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. Saw how she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. She prosecutor made to escape and... Okay, hold on. So... I feel like there's a ton of holes in this testimony. Like, a lot. It's just a matter of making sure that it's... So, like, I feel like we could present this and it would work. But also, I'm gonna go with the floor plan, maybe? Because that seems like the easiest way to point everything out. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Wah! Wah! Luigi. Order. What's the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. Can't afford to get this wrong. I say, saving the game. Preparing to save scum in case I fuck it up. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, and the order of events. Yes. I mean, she lied about where she saw it, for one. Because if she saw the telephone, then she has to be in here. Right? Which doesn't make any sense because she did get a picture from here, right? If she's lying about the order, what she saw, how do we prove that? We have to be able to prove whatever it is. Like, the order of events is weird, but doesn't help. Because she couldn't have seen that. So it is what she saw, because she couldn't have seen the telephone. I can't think of, like, order of events, like... She would have had to... Phone was here. She could have seen the first phone call, and then missed the second, maybe? Well, what she saw, right? She lied about what she saw, in other words. She didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. Does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox? That's right, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory. But why would Miss Star lie like that? Why would she say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? Doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, right. I mean, she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here. You ordered the patooey on rice, right? Shit. One more try. Tell us exactly what lie this witness told the court. The order of events, maybe? The stabbing and the phone calls. I don't see how it could be where she saw it. Because of the picture. Although this picture's like way closer, but still. If it's where she saw it, we'd have to like prove where she was. Was she like here or something? Or like here? If she was in the security room, then she would have been able to see everything, but her picture wouldn't have made any sense. So, I guess the order of events. She lied about the order of events. Miss Sky used that emergency phone before the murder. I see, I'd have thought of that. Nope. Okay. Hold on. We'll save the effort of having the judge yell at us again. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What's significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it'd be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard up until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star witnessed this crime was here. Oh boy. It had to be... So it has to be through a chain link fence, right? So it's gotta be like... There's literally nowhere where she could see the phone. But it has to be through the chain link fence, otherwise how did she get that picture? But to see this thing, she has to be on this side. I feel like she... I don't see how this works at all, you know? Is there another chain link fence somewhere? There's one here, right? But no, that wouldn't be the right angle. I don't... Was she behind one of these cars? Like... I mean, can I just say she's on the A side? It really doesn't make any sense. Like, none of this makes any sense at all. For her to like... It's like, oh, you're over here, so... Do this. I guess like she just had to be further down. Right? In order to like, be able to... I want to say the security room. Fuck it. It's wrong, but... This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. Built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. Okay, like, yeah. I'm still hung up on the picture, though. Remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has gotten the better of Angel Starr. Maybe stop lying? What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. Not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. I feel like she got fired because she was forging evidence. Guilty. She's talking about Miss Sky. Mr. Wright, doesn't it strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? Doesn't make sense. She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Edgeworth. What? The witness is found to be lying. They're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Me? Who else? Mr. Wright. Okay. Review time. Probably good to save here. Okay. Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station, but she lied and said she saw it from B block. Makes a vital difference, but what would it change? The angle of view to the crime, distance to the crime, difference in lighting. I mean, what? It changes the angle. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, it's a security guard station on the second floor, and she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? Okay. I thought it was kind of important. Would it change the lighting because of the whole like blood thing? And how it's a black and white difference? Changes the distance to the crime. Except not really. The lighting is the only thing, but like, is it just the blood? What does that mean? Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, no, okay. Is it really the distance? It seemed like they were like the same, like it was equidistant. Like, originally they were here, right? I don't see how the distance of the crime is more important than the angle, honestly, because she's talking about seeing them being stabbed. Change the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. How long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? You... Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches have gone from low to inedible. How is bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend? Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass wall station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the crime. But the door was locked, I couldn't open it. Oh, this is how she got the picture. Okay, that makes some more sense. That's why I had to go to the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. Probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. Then she didn't hear the phone call, right? Because it's 5:18 for the phone call. Changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Yes. 5:18. 5:12. Is there a time stamp with this? No. The oil barrel isn't knocked over there. I don't know if that's important at all. The ID card was dropped by the phone. 5:12, 5:18. So there's 5 minutes in between. I don't know if this is the right move. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. Got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank? Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Sky darted the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. True. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. It's too close. A recess? I'm afraid that the cop queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Hold it. Is she holding it? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? Oh no. That's one she tried to foist off on me. Prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? This is another one of her trick lunchboxes. My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! Triple decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Alright. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. Flawless, decisive evidence. How is that? There's blood found on the shoe? Try Lunchland. For all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness? What's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. Could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaint notwithstanding, it appears this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Let's save. Why didn't you the first time? Guess you could say I just want people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? Saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. No, you fucking didn't. And why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This, when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. I'm gonna put her in contempt of court. Matter of the victim's shoe. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I want to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid of someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. And the shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? Carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. And I like, yeah. Blood on the bottom. Must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. That is important, actually. Like, whose blood is whose? My sister's, right? On top? Okay. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in the jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. So... okay. So hers is on top, the victim's is on the bottom. Wait, but she's wearing heels. Or rather, she's wearing like dark heel shoes, like black shoes, but this shoe is white. Isn't that a little odd? So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit evidence to the court, you need it approved. That evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. She got away with her coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe doesn't appear to have bloodstains on it. The man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. Without a blood test, right? You claim to know something about blood tests? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. It's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between a million of types with all the blood tests out there, which means we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person, or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results, but they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Sky's. So the suspected blood was found on the victim's shoe. Ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. Okay. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I don't think it is. You ordered the peppered fish guts. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Like your client. She's enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? I do. There is a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. Give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence. We don't know which one's which, but I guess the bottom. I wasn't expecting that to like press this. I thought it was the shoe color, honestly. Would the problem be that it's on the bottom or on the top? Wait, this is a right shoe? Which hand did she stab her with? Wait. Which hand? Was it her right hand that was cut? Which means that, how did the blood get there? I don't know what I'm going for here. But I suppose I'll present, I mean, we have a 50-50 chance of getting this right, so. I'll go with the bottom, I guess. I wonder if you notice there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there's quite a bit of blood on the bottom side of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly contradict about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? Bottom of the shoe. There's blood all over her. There's no blood in the picture where she's stepping. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints in the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows parts of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we had to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint, because the barrel got knocked over? Think, Wright, think. I don't know why it's not there. Just good at finding contradictions. It's okay, Edgeworth has our back. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We're hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly, a predator, that one. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? Not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you've not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? You want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Ah, you don't mean. Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. But there's no water in the photograph. And there's no blood on, like, there's no blood pool. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie are quite clear of this murder. How would blood on a shoe survive the water on the ground? And after the deed was done, she knocked over the ore drum to erase the telltale signs. Well, that's the prosecutor's specialty. Erase the evidence. That reminds me of this guy's right hand was hurt. Did she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something! What can I do? Your sister has confessed to a crime and she tried to conceal it. But enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star's on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky. Hold it. Who's holding it? Little girl, what did you say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd have your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations has passed. Any further comments and you'll be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cop of Queen. Look at this! You have another... It's his shoe, not her shoe. A photograph? Had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. Wait, when did I miss the part where she said that it belonged to the victim? I thought she said it belonged to someone else. There's no room for error in this evidence. That's right, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the correspondent. No. It can't be wet and then get a bloody footprint at the same time. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help at all. Not your fault. I knew I couldn't win the case from the beginning. Seemed this is what your sister wanted anyway. Object. Sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt, take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. No, objection. Your Honor, wait! What is with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No! No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right? Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah! I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Gotta go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. Is it the water coming out of this? Or that there's... that the shoe isn't actually touching the water? Or... This is weird. What else is there? So his foot is off the ground. There's a stab wound in him. The knife is already in him. He's wearing the jacket that... I don't know, did Mia start wearing that? There's water on the ground. There wasn't water on the ground in the other picture. I don't... This is weird looking. Why? Is that her scarf? The problem in the photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Just a minute, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor. You said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? Sort of there's something sticking out of the muffler. What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth and muffler is related to the case. Because she said muffler? That's all I got. Miss Star, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ah. Yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, warg. Well, it seems we ought to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? Find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed. I suppose so. Whew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still... How much has this man eaten so far? Like, he had 2 caviars, a triple decker. What else did he have? Mr. Wright? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's standing to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. Oh, hello. You strange, strange man. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, fire up his temper. So they told me when I was young, at least. Not actually true. Bulls are colorblind. Fun fact. Officer Marshall. Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on there, anyway? Oh, sorry, that's Phoenix, then. All the police I've seen these 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You'd be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all. I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. Saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. Imagine swimming through A1. I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over to the prosecution. Oh, he's... You okay, Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, and you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. Can't be. This can't happen. Wonder what happened to Edgeworth. Oh, then. I believe it's time we continue on with this trial. Is she gonna prosecute herself for something stupid? During our recess, I had requested that the prosecute. This is unacceptable. Seems our prosecutor's quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock, knock. Who's there? Who the fuck are you? Who's this guy? Strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Is this a priest? Like, who? Or a detective? Who is this guy? The temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you! Who? Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Udgy. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy, Udgy, my boy. Get to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy? Seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? Oh, he's another prosecutor. You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Oh, it's the chief of police. Okay. The top-ranking police officer in the entire district. And he's wearing a red tie. Huh, name's Gant. Damon Gant? Pleased to meet you, everyone. Is it Damon or Damon? Damon Gant? Damon Gant? Damon Gant? Damon Gant? I don't, if there's a pun, I don't see it. So, to what do we owe the honor today? Been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Oh, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. Just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. A little worthy's Carlo us. Why? Oh, what's this? Is that a broken knife handle? Look quite embarrassing even for us. SL92? Is that related to 6SS? Maybe there's a... That's an evidence note, maybe. Is this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Switchblade. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuse. I'm telling you to wait. Didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? You serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. So they're trying to, like, smear Edgeworth with this entire case, aren't they? Kind of major blunders, unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Court accepts this new evidence. But I have to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch, and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry it up and open it. So we have 2 knives now? The small tag on the knife, SO92. Or something similar. DO6 instant pain, but it's strange. What is? Not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that look a lot like this. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's what I was saying. There's fingerprints on this, it looks like. There's like a wet mark almost. Don't scare me like that. What, was scared? Is that knife broken? Look at this knife blade, the tip is broken off. This dark red stain. Blood? Well, we can't have two murder knives. So I'll excuse the action of the police department. I'd like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. Terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police? And this knife? Sure, sure thing. Not a problem, not even a little one, really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Yeah? Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? Not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. What? There's a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Nudgy. Haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second, you said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! Order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you may well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. Chances that are really slim, scientifically speaking. I'd like to examine my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. Let's save in case I screw up horribly so we don't have to wait through a bunch of stuff. The knife is special, but I can't say how here. Okay, so we won't press him on that. Unless there's evidence proving between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe something with the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can. Should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So how are things out of the department? We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. I want to finish pressing on each point first, though. You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So something did happen. Why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Huh, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. Who? On the same day that the detective was killed and prosecuted. Another detective? It's a fact. Surprising, isn't it? Lost for words. The perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Huh. There's a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? Are they going to blame Gumshoe? There's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. Suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing only. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. We know when he died, and we know where he was. How was he killed? He was called stabbed. He stabbed with a knife. The same as Goodman. But you know now, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There are more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence. Not officially linked, so I can't talk much about it. Alright, hold on. So, should I press and get the other 2 pieces of information from him? Because we know already, but... But we're gonna go with this. Wait a second. At last, no, honest to goodness objection. This knife has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SO92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the bottom of the victim. body of the victim, sorry. What's this? 6 minus 7s, 12, 2? 12 divided by 2? Your honor is upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Oh, SL9. Ah, aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same that's written on the knife's tag. The plot thickens. Whoa, Chief. Huh, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Really? So this knife was stolen on the day of the crime. It was evidence. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. Evidence from a case long solved. This knife was stolen on the day of the murder. It was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Wrapped in a muffler. Hard to think there isn't a connection here. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Detective was killed. What a mess. I guess we'll press more on him. Alright. So do we get another thing? Just arrested him. Okay, hold on. Here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing. We have how. Where was the victim found? Like, we know police department, but where specifically? Oh, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room, huh? The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? Yep. It was stolen. Okay. There's the connection between the cases. You seem happy, Mr. A. Happy? Happy. We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Alright, so this we present... I guess either one, probably, right? Wait, what? Wait, do I just press him? God damn it. Oh, sorry. I guess we just need to press. My bad. The connection between these cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know the detective who murdered the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Are we sure that, like, he wasn't killed there, then brought over there? Like, there was only one victim? There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. Took my men 2 days to find out what you just deduced right here. Chief, request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. Hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. Really? Who would have guessed? The police department, like, plays real loose, don't they? Cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim, okay? Sure. If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Nah, the case stuff is... Case information, just like you have stuff, you have to do it properly. Well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of them. The victim's division, the victim's ID... Ooh, I want the ID number, because I want to check it against the ID we have. How about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? Well, you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. Give a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The ID number is... Yeah... 584-2189. 584-42189, you say? Wow, that's quite long. We have to remember these, it drives me nuts! 82... I can't do it. I get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Yes, yes it does. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? Come on, I got it. That's what I think it is. But what does it mean? Let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? That it was Goodman. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. Why? It's just, I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Good old Edgeworth. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. Ooh, I've forgotten. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as attack, righto. Sharp as attack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time and in completely different locations? Order. Order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret. Fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. The guy he sent away. Officer Meekins. Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, Excuse me, is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premise? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. Got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written on the top of the report. Ugh. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error. Gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I feel like they're really trying to bring him down. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say unworthy? What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright. Huh? Oh, well, it's rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does that mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? Just doing my job. No. No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time. Really? You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Would that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Jeez. Alright. I think I'm going to stop here for the night. Because we've been going for 3 hours. And we made it through 2 parts of the case. I'm just gonna save over all the things so I don't have to think about it next time. I can just choose the right one. Options, title screen. I'm banking on my theory that like he was killed in the evidence room, then brought over to the prosecutors by someone. I don't know who, someone. And then maybe she was called there by someone or something. Maybe called by Goodman? Because Goodman was investigating it, and then someone... oh no, never mind, because Goodman would be dead at the point, so that doesn't make sense. If he was killed in the records room, then the killer throws their body into Edgeworth's car. Edgeworth drives and then parks it at 512. Someone like gets Lana to go and open up the trunk for some reason, and then Lunch Lady takes her picture, tries in order to like frame her. And the court evidence stuff is tied to a case from 2 years ago that is like pretty obviously damning towards the people who lost their jobs 2 years ago, right? Which makes me think it's the Lunch Lady and her boyfriends who did it, maybe? Though why the chief is so into it, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess him coming to give the evidence maybe means he's not a bad egg, but he kind of seems to have it out for Edgeworth. So, I don't know. We'll find out more next week, though. So, Monday, we'll continue this around 7:30 Eastern or so. And besides that, I hope everyone has a good rest of their Friday and a good weekend. I'm probably going to go watch anime. I have a lot more to watch. Today, I watched Golden Convoy Episode 6, Episode 6 of Akiba Maid War, Episode 6 of Shinmei Renkichi Jutsushi, the Alchemist one. Episode 6 of Do It Yourself, Episode 5 of Renee Flops, Episode 4 of The Little Lies We Tell, Episode 3, or actually Episodes 1 through 3 of Urusei Yatsura with Lum in it, and then watched 5 episodes of Futoku no Guild. So that was what I did this morning, and I'm gonna go like try to catch up more probably after this while I relax and hopefully fall asleep. But next time we'll finish this trial, and it'll be great. So have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I will catch you later. So bye for now.
You fool!
Do I have... oh, this isn't really a meme, it's just this weird fucked up thing. I logged into Facebook today to go like talk to my parents, and the very first ad that it threw at me was this weird Klondike thing, which like, what is this game? Klondike? And it didn't even look like a game, but like there's this weird, I don't even know, bizarre. Anyway, have a good rest of your night, everyone.